How's it going, guys? It's Isolate here, bringing you PMC week number 5, season number 3. I should have said season 3, week 5, but I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, we are here against the New York Cosmogs, as you can see. That Heat logo, though. Okay, so you can see the team right there on the bottom. You can see our team at the top. But you can see we made a few switches there. All right. I'm probably not gonna make a transaction video. I did last season when did I even make any switches last season? Yeah, I did with the Pyro. Yeah, so I believe I did make transaction videos last season, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this time just because, I don't always have the time. And even if I do, I mean, I can just say that we made switches right now. They are active. Week 5, obviously, you can see the Necrozma on the set, you can see the Necrozma on the layout there, but or on the show on the showdown set. But yeah, we dropped Tornadus T for Necrozma, and we actually, before we did that, I traded because I knew I was gonna lack a flying type if I got Necrozma for Tornadus T. But before that, before I traded Necrozma for Tornadus, I ended up trading. I traded D-Pad Gamer, the Orlando City Superiors. I traded them Uxie, and in return they gave me Dodrio. So now we get a flying type, and we got rid of our psychic type. So that means we're not gonna have an extra, like we're not gonna have a double ghost and dark weakness. We're not gonna be Battler X over here. So that's nice. But yeah, I just made those trades because I just wanted to change up the team a little bit. I didn't think I was using Tornadus T to its maximum potential, and I think Necrozma did not get drafted, so I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So here we are with Necro. That's pretty cool. Dodrio is also nice because it gets acupressure and baton pass, and yeah, that's nice. And Tornadus was one of our Z move users, so we switched the Z move to Haxorus, so that's cool, and that's gonna come into play later on, as we'll see. And then Dodrio is just nice. Acupressure plus Baton Pass. Could come in clutch. It is pretty frail though, so it's going to be hard to get those acupressures up. But who knows, it could come. It's not coming this week though. I tried to make it come, but no. At least the acupressure set is not coming this week. Hopefully it does once though. That would be cool. So anyway, let's go over his team real quick. He's got Magearna, very powerful, hard hitter, is also bulky, but it's not the fastest thing in the world, so that should be nice to try to do that. And he does have sticky web support with the Galvantula, so it could be fast, but it could also go for Trick Room, and that could also be annoying if he doesn't want to rely on webs. So yeah. Next up is Latios, gets Defog, very powerful hitter. Yeah, just a solid, it's just solid offensive Pokemon, and it pairs really nicely with Magearna. So yeah, because Magearna has a ground and fire weakness, and Latios pairs that up, or patches that up. Latios also has a dark, dragon, ice, and fairy weakness, and Magearna patches those up as well. So those are a really good duo. Only thing is that they both share a ghost weakness, but I have no ghost type, so there you go. So next up he's got a Alolan Marowak, which Fire Ghost, very good defensive typing. Yeah, very good defensive typing. Pair that with Lightning Rod, which is also an ability that Alolan Marowak gets. That's gonna be really nice for it. So definitely something that can definitely be brought like every week as one of those mons. With the Thick Cup, it's going to be able to double its attack, its base 80 attack. So only thing is that takes up your item, but still, like, it's gonna be hitting really hard because of that, and it's got a really good defensive typing as well. So yeah, and offensive typing, because Ghost is pretty difficult to switch into, just in general, because Normal is immune to it, but other than that, Normal and Dark are like, that's like it. So yeah, next up is Araquanid. Araquanid is so cool. I drafted in the 3rd season, but then of course there's the mega evolution problem thing, so we had to make some changes. So I didn't get Araquanid again because I don't know, I wanted Volcanion. So yeah, so Araquanid is on his team. Obviously, Water Bubble doubling the liquidation damage. Could be doing so much damage. Also gets Leech Life, Toxic, Mirror Coat, could run a bulky set. Who knows? But it's definitely annoying and threatening. So there you go. Excuse me. Galvantula Interwebs is his nickname for Galvantula. They've been using Galvantula really well in my opinion this season. Because he's shown that it doesn't always have to be the sticky web support. It's been very reliable as an offensive user because it's so fast, base 109 speed, and it can just volt switch around people, and that's potentially annoying. So he could just bring down Vengeful for its offensive power against my team. But Sticky Webs is also there. Sticky Webs is nice against my team as well. Except he might not bring Sticky Webs because he might not want me to combat his Sticky Webs with my Sticky Webs. Instead, you'll have Cricketune, but who knows? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he'll bring Galvantula regardless, though. So next up is Nidoking. Nidoking, very offensive threat. Again, pairs really nicely with Galvantula because he gets the Sticky Webs up, and then Nidoking is going to outspeed you, and it's just going to be doing a lot of damage. I do not have a defensive team whatsoever. I have very minimal bulk. Now that Uxie's gone, yeah, it's just not happening. So, like bulk is just no. So, yeah, we gotta just be able to keep those sticky webs off the field if possible. Next up is Cloyster. Cloyster's annoying. I actually do think he'll bring it because it's nice for that priority pressure with the Ice Shard. Also, if he gets set up with the Shell Smash, with the Rock Blast for Volcanion. I mean, there's not much he can hit Magnezone with, but other than that, Razor Shell's still gonna be doing a lot of damage, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely annoying. So, Regirock, very bulky stealth rocker, could be annoying depending on the matchup he sees. He could bring it, he might not, who knows. Like, it matches up well against some things, but not others. So, yeah, again. Hitmontop is a good rapid spinner. Also gets priority fake out Mach Punch and Sucker Punch. So you could do that, who knows. But yeah, it's just pretty annoying. Gets Intimidate as well, which makes it even more annoying. And I think there's a pretty big possibility of him bringing it because of that Intimidate tech. So yeah, Shiftry gets Defog for some reason. I believe it's one of his Z move users for some reason. I'm not sure though. That could be wrong. It could be completely wrong because we do get 3. I'm not sure though. But yeah, anyway, it's just a threat. Gets SD, nasty plot. I'm pretty sure it gets both of those. Does get Sucker Punch, and yeah. So that's that. Last but not least, he has Audino. Well, last but not least, more like last and least. He's got the Audino there. Gets Regenerator, which is cool, but to be honest, it kind of just sits there. He might bring it though. I don't know. It's a Wish Passer. So gets a lot of coverage moves, Calm Mind, T-Wave, stuff like that. So who knows? Anyway, here's our team. We got Necrozma. Max speed Magearna if he brings that. Because if we do that and Sticky Webs are not up, then we can outspeed and get a Calm Mind up, and at that point, Flare Cannon definitely should not be able to take us out. It's gonna half his special attack if he uses the Flare Cannon. If he uses Flash Cannon, then we can just outsaw him because of the Calm Minds. But if he uses Flare Cannon, and we get a Calm Mind up before that, which again we should, if we're gonna be able to outspeed him. That's why we have that speed there, and then we'll be able to go for the Calm Mind. And then if he goes for Flare Cannon, we can just Moonlight up, as he's probably going to switch or stand, who knows. But obviously we can't hit Shiftry at all, so we can't bring this thing in unless Shiftry's gone. He might not even bring Shiftry, but if he does, then we just got to watch out for that. And Magearna doesn't get hit hard by our stored power, but everything else, gets hit neutrally at least. So, and Latios, sorry. Latios is also there, but yeah, I'm looking to set up the Calm Mind against probably Magearna. We have Iron Defense there so that we can take hits easier against the Marowak, Alolan Marowak, and Araquanid, and Cloyster, and yeah, okay, and Hitmontop if it comes to that. and a shift gear Iron Head Magearna. Okay, Iron Defense is gonna be nice. And if we get the Iron Defense off with the stored power, that's gonna be really good. I toured around with a bunch of different. I had like Autotomize. I had the first set I had. I think I had Dark Pulse, Calm Mind, Autotomize, and Stored Power. Dark Pulse is just nice to hit the Latiosada, but I ultimately went with this, which is a bulkier set. I haven't had the battle yet, but I'm hoping this one puts in the most amount of work. I have the battle tomorrow night. I should at least. That's what we're scheduled to do. But anyway, yeah, Bounty is here. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. And I'll outspeed a I believe it's just a min speed Magearna, or like a Magearna that has 0 speed EVs. So that's cool. We can do that. We can get a light screen up. We can reflect. If I predict a switch into actually, I mean Nidoking. Yeah, if I predict a switch into a Nidoking, like say he has out Araquanid, I can go over that Magnet Rise. And if he does switch into Nidoking, he probably can't hit me with much. I can just go for the light screen, unless he has like Flamethrower or something. But looking at my team, that doesn't really make much sense. I mean, Sludge Wave plus Overpower kind of just destroy my team. So that thing's definitely a threat. But yeah, if I do get that Magnet Rise up, I should be able to pretty much wall him pretty well. And then light screen is nice. We're all Spadef to be able to take on Magearna. I have a feeling, I mean, he's definitely going to bring Aura Sphere, but I have a feeling he might bring HP Ground just for this thing to hit it as hard as possible. But yeah, just dual screens, Magnezone. Next up is Kabutops, Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, Waterfall, Toxic. Oh yeah. We should have enough speed to outspeed. What are we trying to outspeed here? I think it's max speed Magearna. To be honest, 120. Yeah, it's max speed Magearna because this is 129, and I know this was speed creeping Magearna. So this is definitely speed creeping Magearna. We're just going for Stealth Rocks, and we're gonna be able to Rapid Spin away anything. We have the Focus Sash there, even though we have a lot of bulk, because I want to be able to basically just do that, mate. I want to be able to do that. Be able to Rapid Spin against anything. If I'm at full health and he has Latios, and I have Kabutops in, I can just Rapid Spin if I have to. But if I see that he's probably not going to get hazards up, I can just sack this thing off to get up rocks, or at least bring it down to its sash to get up rocks. And he's not going to, like, Marowak does spin block me, but Waterfall hits that thing pretty hard, so I don't think that would be his decisive play there. But next up is Lagging Tail Whimsicott. We're going to be able to switcheroo, make something always go last with our Lagging Tail, because we still do have priority with the switcheroo, even though Lagging Tail makes you go last all the time. So yeah, we don't need any speed because all of our moves are Prankster. We can Memento things, we can Safeguard to make sure we can't get Toxic by anything for 5 turns, I believe. I can't read it, so whatever. And then we have Taunt, just for, if I see Galvantula, I'll lead this thing and go for Taunt. Just so that we don't have as much pressure against, just so that Kabutops is not as pressured to get the Sticky Webs off the field. I'll risk some damage on Whimsicott to get the taunt off on the Galvantula, because he's probably gonna click if he has HPIs, he'll have it, but he'll use it, but he'll probably go for like Volt Switch if he doesn't go for Sticky Webs on the first turn. But yeah, taunt is just there, and yeah. So next up is Block. Sorry, that was bad. Block. The Drio, Apricot Berry, Natural Gift Ground, Swords Dance, BB. Return, and Natural Gift. We're max speed because I need to be able to speed tie with that Latios. If it's not Choice Scarf, then if it's not Choice Scarfed and it's not Timid or Jolly or whatever, then we'll outspeed it, and Bird's gonna do a hell of a lot. Natural Gift Ground is obviously, if I predict him a switch, say I'm in against Araquanid and I go for SD as he switches into Magearna, then we can Natural Gift. If we have a little bit of chip on that thing, Natural Gift should OHKO. Depending on his set, of course, but yeah, it should work. Like, if he's max HP, we're going to need a little bit of chip to make sure that it OHKOs at +2. So, last but not least, we have Ground DMZ, Haxorus, Bonebreaker, DD, DC, EQ, and RS. Alright, those abbreviations, though. Rocks, I have Yache Bear on this thing, actually, first. But then I just went with the Ground DMZ because, honestly, Z Earthquake is going to be hitting Magearna so hard. Great. And it's amazing. Alright, if we get the Memento off with Whimsicott against against Marowak, Araquanid, Hitmontop, Galvantula, yeah, or maybe even Nidoking. Like we can set up, and if he doesn't have a Cloyster, that means he's not going to be able to priority hit me with priority, unless of course Hitmontop, but that's not going to be the strongest priority, especially if he has Intimidate over Technician. But yeah, we'll be able to go for that D dance, and then Dragon Claw just murders his team. I mean, if that's not Scarfladios, then at +1 speed, we outspeed his entire team. And then we can just go for that Rock Slide. And I believe, yeah, this is definitely speed creeping in Nidoking. So just in case we don't get that +1 of it, and we need to be able to outspeed that thing. So we do have the EQ again. If I get the +1, Ground DMZ, as long as there's no Shucka, is definitely going to be taking out the Magearna. But even if I don't get the +1, you know, if I have to Dragon Claw and he switches into Magearna, the Ground DMZ gives me that ability to go for the Dragon Claw and be fine. Because I can go for the Ground DMZ next turn. Get off, hopefully, enough damage to take him out. Depending on, again, it really depends on the set. But yeah, I really think Magearna's coming. I don't see how he doesn't bring Magearna. Like, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, Z Earthquake's also nice for Marowak, of course. So that's cool. Also nice for Regirock, because that thing could potentially try to wall us. So yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be that. I hope you guys enjoyed. We really need a win. If we want to make playoffs, we really need a win here because we're 1-3. So yeah, we gotta beat 2-3, and we still have a chance. I mean, this season is only 10 weeks rather than 12 weeks, but we definitely still have a chance at making playoffs. So we just gotta hope. We just gotta play well. We just gotta win. All right, it's that simple. We just gotta win. All right, I'll see you guys in the battle right there. See you guys next time.